Urgent Atlanta Falcons fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Atlanta Falcons updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Falcons fans, get ready because today we have some truly exciting news that's going to get you talking. It's about a player who might not be a household name yet, but who has the potential to make waves in the NFL and, more specifically, right here in Atlanta. We're talking about Nate Carter, a veteran running back with a ton of talent and a story that's absolutely worth following. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up in the big-name signings, the draft picks, and the hype around established stars, but sometimes, it's those under-the-radar moves that can turn a team's season around, and this one is no different. So, buckle up, because we're diving deep into what this signing really means for the Falcons, what kind of player Nate Carter is, and how he might fit into Atlanta's plans moving forward. To start, let's set the scene. The Atlanta Falcons, a team with a rich history and a passionate fanbase, have been in a bit of a transitional phase lately. After a couple of seasons with ups and downs, the team is looking for fresh talent, new energy, and that spark that can push them over the edge into playoff contention. They've made some intriguing moves in free agency, and now, they've added Nate Carter, a guy who's been flying a bit under the radar but who carries a lot of potential. He's coming to Atlanta as an undrafted free agent, a route that's often considered a long shot in the NFL. But history shows us time and again that some of the most impactful players in the league started exactly this way, fighting against the odds to carve out a name for themselves. Nate Carter's story begins at Michigan State, where he was seen as one of the more intriguing what-if players in recent memory. You see, Carter isn't just your average running back. He's got a story that's filled with promise, talent, and just a touch of unfulfilled potential, at least, until now. As a Spartan, he was always known for his explosiveness and versatility. His career at Michigan State was marked by flashes of brilliance, especially in his senior year, when he posted some eye-popping numbers. While he may not have been a household name nationally, within the college football world, he was respected as a guy who could break open a game with his speed and vision. And let's talk about his college stats because they tell a pretty compelling story. Out of UConn, he transferred into Michigan State and quickly showed he belonged. He rushed for over 900 yards with the Huskies before transferring, and during his time with the Spartans, he showed flashes of what could be a really special running back. In 2023, he finished with 798 yards and 4 touchdowns, averaging about 4.3 yards per carry. Not earth-shattering numbers, but considering the offensive line struggles and the overall team performance, it's impressive that he was able to produce anything close to that. Then, in 2024, he managed 499 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns, maintaining that same yard per carry average, which speaks to his consistency and vision on the field. But what really sets Nate apart isn't just his stats, it's his athleticism. During his pro day at Michigan State, he dazzled scouts with an incredible display of athletic prowess. He recorded a 40-inch vertical leap, which is off the charts for a running back. That kind of explosiveness can turn a small hole into a big gain in a flash. He also did 23 reps of 225 pounds on the bench press, showcasing his strength, and ran a blazing 4.37-second 40-yard dash. These numbers put him among the top-tier athletes at the NFL Combine, and honestly, they would have been enough to make him one of the top running backs in the draft class if he'd been selected. So, why do I keep referring to Nate Carter as a what-if player? Well, it's simple. It always felt like he was just a few inches away from being truly elite. In college, it seemed like a decent offensive line was holding him back from reaching his full potential. When you watch him play, you see that he's got the vision, the quickness, and the power to be a game-changer. But sometimes, in college, the blocking just wasn't consistent enough, and that's a huge factor for any running back trying to showcase his talent. Still, the talent is undeniably there. It's a rare combination of speed, agility, and strength, and I believe that with the right system and the right support, he can thrive. Now, here's where it gets interesting for Falcons fans. The team has been looking to bolster their backfield, especially with an eye toward adding more explosiveness and versatility. Cordarrelle Patterson is a fantastic weapon, but he's more of a hybrid. Tyler Allgeier has shown promise, but the team has been searching for that reliable, game-breaking running back to complement their offense. Nate Carter, with his athletic profile, could be that piece. He's got the potential to be a versatile back who can catch out of the backfield, run between the tackles, and break off big runs, exactly what the Falcons need to keep defenses honest and open up the offense. When you look at the current roster, it's clear that Atlanta is trying to build a balanced attack. Desmond Ridder, their quarterback, is still developing, and adding a dynamic running back like Carter can help take some pressure off him. It's about creating a multi-dimensional attack that keeps defenses guessing. And with the Falcons' offensive line still a work in progress, having a back who can make something out of nothing is crucial. Carter's ability to find holes, his vision, and his explosiveness could lead to some big plays in the upcoming season. But let's not forget, the NFL is a different beast. Transitioning from college to pro is no small feat. The game is faster, the hits are harder, and the margin for error is razor thin. That's why this signing is so interesting. It's a gamble. But it's a calculated gamble. The Falcons see something in Carter, and they're giving him the chance to prove himself in the league. And honestly, that's one of the most exciting parts of this story. It's the chance for a guy with tons of potential to finally show what he can do on the big stage. Now, it's not just about raw talent. It's also about opportunity and development. The Falcons have a solid coaching staff that's known for developing players and getting the most out of their talent. With the right system, Carter could blossom into a key contributor. And let's face it, the Falcons' offense is looking for that spark to take it to the next level. Arthur Smith, their head coach, is known for his creative play calling and ability to get the most out of his players. If Carter can adapt quickly and show his explosiveness in training camp and preseason, he might find himself earning a significant role in the backfield. Now, I want you to think about the bigger picture here. This isn't just about one player. It's about the Falcons' overall strategy for this season. They're aiming to build a team that's tough, versatile, and capable of competing at a high level. Adding a player like Nate Carter gives them options. He's the kind of player who can break a game open, change the momentum, and provide that extra gear that can make a difference in close games. And in today's NFL, where every yard counts and big plays can swing the outcome, having that kind of weapon is invaluable. Looking ahead, the Falcons have some key games on their schedule that could really benefit from a dynamic running back. In particular, matchups against divisional rivals like the Panthers, Saints, and Buccaneers will be critical. These are games where a player with Carter's explosiveness can turn the tide. Imagine a third and long situation, and Carter finding a tiny gap, accelerating through it, and busting off a 20 or 30-yard run. Those are the plays that can energize the team and fans alike. It's that kind of impact that can elevate a team from good to great. And it's worth mentioning that this signing also speaks to the Falcons' focus on finding hidden gems and developing talent through their scouting and coaching staff. They've been known to spot underrated players and turn them into productive NFL starters. Think about players like Kyle Pitts, who was a highly touted draft pick, but also lesser-known guys who found their niche here. Carter's story is still being written, but the potential is there. It's about giving him the right environment, the right coaching, and a little bit of luck to unlock his full potential. Beyond just the on-field impact, this move is also about building a culture of opportunity. Atlanta has shown that they're not afraid to take chances on players who may have slipped through the cracks. It's about creating a competitive environment where everyone has a shot, and that kind of mindset breeds success. The fans love rooting for underdogs, and Carter's journey from college to the NFL is the kind of story that can inspire a lot of people. It's a reminder that hard work, talent, and perseverance can open doors, even if you start as an undrafted free agent. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, what can we realistically expect from Nate Carter this season? Well, it's early days, and nothing's set in stone. But if he gets the opportunities, if he can stay healthy, and if he adapts quickly to the pro game, There's no reason he can't become a significant part of the Falcons' offense. He's got the tools, and with the right coaching staff, he could develop into a reliable, explosive back that defenses will have to game plan for. And who knows? Maybe he'll become a fan favorite here, a guy who's always giving 100%, running with passion, and making those highlight reel plays we all love. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that this signing is just the beginning of a new chapter for Nate Carter and the Atlanta Falcons. It's a story of potential, opportunity, and belief in a player who's just waiting for his shot to shine. For all the Falcons fans out there, this is an exciting development. It adds a new layer of intrigue and hope for what's to come this season. The NFL is unpredictable, full of surprises, and sometimes, it's the underdog who rises up and becomes the hero. So, keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned for updates, and get ready for an exciting ride. The Falcons have a lot to prove this year, and with players like Nate Carter pushing for a spot, you know they're not going down without a fight. The future is bright, and the potential is huge. Whether he becomes the next breakout star or just a valuable piece off the bench, Nate Carter's journey is definitely one to watch. The Atlanta Falcons are building something special, and this signing might just be the spark that ignites their season. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this signing? Do you think Nate Carter has what it takes to become a key player for the Falcons? How do you see him fitting into the offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons as a whole. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, rumors, and analysis. So, stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news because this season promises to be one of the most exciting yet. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Falcons!